And she didn't put on any pressure on me to get married until 2018. But we got married, right? So we've been married since 2018. Obviously, where I'm going is sweet lady found out she was pregnant this past week officially. Just imagine a world, like a future world where, like, let's say little Ace, he's like age 10, and the kids at school, they found the sports gematria channel. They're like, Ace, look at the horrible things your dad said. Isn't that unfortunate that in the future, like, little Ace could be having to watch the worst of his dad made by just a super hater?
He likes to bash his own audience, talk out of both sides of his ass, and lie. And even when he's caught in his own lies, he has no problem like lying to try and get out of it. Anyone who catches him in a lie, he'll just call you a hater.
Welcome back, Truth Seeker. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't do sports at all anymore. But the reason I do the sports is because that's where the support is. You know, I don't do the sports, there's no support. Again, the sports I do out of necessity, not out of passion.
It's gross. It's for this. It's not because they love what they're doing. It's about making this.
The only thing I give TDE for is that he called Itachi a bitch, and that's
he is a bitch. Itachi is a bitch.
Itachi is a little rat snitch bitch.
Well, I don't know about a snitch, but he is a bitch.
Indeed. For those of you who know Dutch senses, it was years ago. It was in 2017 that this happened. I pointed out how June 12th, 2017 was a date with 55 numerology. And in Gematria, earthquake equals 55, as does military. And I put out a prediction June 12th, 2017, that there's going to be a significant earthquake in the world on that date because of the 55 numerology. It ended up happening in the Middle East. If I remember right, it was in Pakistan. And I want to say that they ended up reporting it was a 5.5 earthquake magnitude, shallow depth on a 55 date numerology, and it did significant destruction where it happened at, even though it wasn't the largest number. It was like shallow or something. But Dutch Sense put out a video attacking me for that, even though my prediction landed.
Again, it's not really a prediction when there's an average of 4 to 5 higher magnitude earthquakes every single day. He didn't even say where it would happen. It's like saying that it's going to rain somewhere in the world on a certain date, and then saying you were right.
It's Tinfoil Hat Tuesday, and it's time for a little lesson. Again, Gematria Effect Sports, they'll never monetize that channel. All they'll do is continually remove subs from it. You guys notice that channel's like done like over 5,000 subs since March Madness last year. It's like, how's this even possible? Like, how good we exposed the tournament and we lost 5,000 subs for that? You might be following someone who is just severely mentally ill. It sounds like it. All the evidence points to it. And why you're out in the world putting out just literally nothing but nonsense, putting out memes, like really dumb memes trying to make me look bad. Like, if you guys don't know who this is, like, he has a Twitter page, Honey Badger Trains at 1man093552. And again, he's just like posting stuff like this all day.
You know what, you guys? This is not a false statement. I could wipe my ass with the name Nostradamus. Literally.
You know, like, you can see the little meme with my face in there. And
so I hope that in my lifetime, I do get to watch the demise of a lot of people. And it's like it says in the Talmud, only certain people are actually human beings. That's how I feel when I look at 1,000 people in our society. It's like talking to fleas.
Like, how weird are you for making this?
That's 10 G's. That's more than enough to travel somewhere each month. Imagine all that money had come to me. Me.
Like this. Like, who is making this?
I am greater than you fucking losers. And that's not an ego attack. Those are just facts.
Like, how weird are you for making this? God, it's just like, dude, look at how you spend your days. The thing they're doing with Steve Garvey and the Dodgers and Padres is hilarious. Steve Garvey just became the front runner to become the senator in California. He's going to be the next Arnold Schwarzenegger, except for he was even the governor. But Steve Garvey, who played for the Dodgers and Padres, by the numbers, gets announced as the front runner to replace Dianne Feinstein. Why if I go over to Tim Pool and they're talking about nothing like they talk about every day, just nothing but mainstream BS, there's like $5 gazillion in super chats. Imagine all that money had come to me. Me. We're dropping the most interesting fucking information in the history of the world every single day. And again, just tiny financial support.
Money. I know that's all we care about. You're never gonna get shit done. All y'all care about is fucking money.
It's just like, what kind of world do we live in? Like literally the only content being created in the world outside of my work, about my work, is by trolls.
No, that's not trolls and haters. That's the people who are giving you the facts, and you don't like hearing it.
Two things that have changed since I first started. There were two things that I said about my life and what I saw for my future when I first started this work. I was talking about then, as a 30-year-old, how I didn't see that in my lifetime that I would probably ever get married or have children. In 2018, she felt like we needed to get married. And part of the reason for that is she was like not being totally forthright with her family because they would not condone her living with another man if she wasn't legally married. Like, her family are devout Christians. This is why I hate fucking Christians. I fucking do, man. They're all fucking scumbags. All of them. They're fucking retarded and then acting like they're great because they believe in some bullshit, man. I'm fucking sick of religious people. Wipe them off the fucking face of the earth. Because that's what she wanted, and it made sense for her own family. And she didn't put on any pressure on me to get married until 2018. But we got married, right? So we've been married since 2018. And I'm transparent. Just another guy that's full of shit.
He literally kept his marriage hidden from his viewers for 6+ years, and he's only telling people now because of what's on the way. I don't know how people can still think he's being honest about the fundraising goals when he's been lying about this for years. These are not the actions of an honest person.
So in the time we've been married, she wasn't sure all these years if she wanted to have kids. Just like I've always known that I like kids, but I'm not sure I want to bring kids into this world. Last July, she decided like she really wants to have her own baby. Obviously, where I'm going is sweet lady found out she was pregnant this past week officially.
Congratulations! Oh my God.
The expectancy is like mid-November. Shout out to young Ben wherever he is. Young Ben got on ESPN for hitting 2 hole-in-ones in a tournament. Where's young Ben at? Are you a fucking retard? Let me ask you that. Are you a fucking retard? Ben, who we brought up, Ben got butthurt because I told Ben, and I don't regret what I told him. I said, dude, that girl that you're in the relationship with, I said, that girl's a ditz with big tits and a bimbo, and nobody misses her phone calls either. Where's young Ben at? He doesn't need to be with some drunko bimbo with big tits who's 10 years older than him. Somehow that became part of the drama because other people are talking about it. Marco spamming, oh, Zach even did Ben wrong over whatever her name is. I don't remember her name. Where's young Ben at? For all the people who've been persuaded by him, which includes Chigozi, Marco, Ben, Derek, Dan Barrett, whoever the fuck else, you guys are all fucking losers, literally. Where's young Ben at? Everyone who's being persuaded by that guy, if they're all gone and dead, the world is a better place. Where's young Ben at? They reap what they sow. But she found out on March 12th of this year, which is a leap year, which is the 72nd day of the year. And notice March 12th is fitting to find out that you're having a baby, which is interesting. But it's the 72nd day of the year, right? And she's always wanted a boy named Ace. So
that's some Illuminati shit.
November, there'll be a young person in our life. It remains to be seen if it's a boy or a girl. But a part of me is like, I feel like she's already manifested the little baby boy Ace. Isn't it funny being a parent in the social media age where just imagine a world, like a future world where let's say little Ace, he's like age 10 and the kids at school, they found the sports gematria channel. They're like, Ace, look at the horrible things your dad said. Because if you guys don't know, I have a troll who's been screen recording me every day since 2015, like literally every video. See, this is just bullshit. And he chops up and edits to put the worst of my rants together.
That part's true.
I was like, isn't that unfortunate that in the future, little Ace could be having to watch the worst of his dad made by just a super hater who took everything out of context? Dick sucking, lying kike faggot. Just to try and make somebody look bad, like a political campaign. It sounds like a very crooked man full of shit. The Ace thing seems too destined. In a way, I'll almost be blown away if it's not little Ace in light of all the 11. But yeah, I also need to get back to work because time is short, man. November's going to be here before you know it. So my checklist of what I'll feel successful about, at least 4 children's books, the main book, we got the podcast rolling. All those things need to be going by the time November rolls around. It's a lot to do, but it's feasible.
He's probably going to get almost none of that done because he's been working on that book for over 3 years and it's still not done. Also, while we're on the topic, why would anyone sign up to his Patreon to support him to travel now? In all likelihood, he's not going to be traveling for years since he's going to be the one at home watching the kid. At least he's got a new excuse to use for not doing anything with the money.
It might mean a little bit less YouTube because, notice you guys, we can't grow the work on YouTube. We're not growing. We've plateaued for a long time.
Yeah, because of you.
I mean, it's like 4 years of plateau now. That's a long time of plateau.
Oh, no. Anyway.
Where's your proof of Zach? If you need me to show you, then that means you've missed years and years of Zach's lies. So basically, if you want to find the goods on Zach, there's a channel that I recommend called Sports Gematria. This guy catalogs all of Zach's losses and all of his lies. Basically, Zach's on this whole other level with his audience. Like, he can cuss his audience out. He can get every pick wrong for like a week, straight, cost people tons of money, and they'll still keep coming back and paying him. He still has people paying for his riddles and wrong picks month after month. But just listen to some of the stuff this guy says and just try and ask yourself, like, what human being wants to sit and watch this guy on a daily basis?
Why would I support you, Zach? You're an asshole. Fuck you, loser. How are there way less people supporting the work now than back then?
So Zach is really upset because support is falling off. People are figuring out who he is and what he's all about, and they're deciding not to pay for his Patreon riddles anymore, which are usually wrong picks anyway. He's going on a rant here, and what's funny is this rant causes him to lose even more Patreon members. It's kind of funny whenever he has one of these meltdowns. He basically just shoots himself in the foot and makes it worse for himself. When things start to go wrong for these shillbags, they take it out on their audience.
In fact, everybody who can't support my work at this point, I almost feel like it's better if you're gone as well. If you can't support what I'm doing on this channel, seriously, fuck you. Get gone. You suck. If you hate me, you're a piece of shit, okay?
You guys hear that? Anyone who doesn't like Zach is a piece of shit, right? Because he's just such a great, wonderful fella. What is there not to like about him? If you dislike anything about him, then it's because you must be a piece of shit. Don't you like that? What a great stance. So he likes to bash his own audience, talk out of both sides of his ass, and lie. And even when he's caught in his own lies, he has no problem like lying to try and get out of it. And anyone who catches him in a lie, he'll just call you a hater. You see? So he's always got that in his back pocket. Like, you catch him in a bold-faced lie, show a clip of him lying, prove he's lying, he'll just be like, you're just a troll and a hater and a piece of shit. Anyone who says anything bad is a piece of shit. Oh, okay. And then he refers to Sports Gematria as being just a pussy who takes everything that he says out of context. Meanwhile, like, it's his own words just being replayed, right? So when he shows him contradicting himself, it's Zach's words on all occasions. So it's not like he's snipping up a bunch of things to make it look like Zach's saying something that he's not saying. There's a difference between deceptively editing what someone is saying to make it look like they're saying something else versus showing examples of themselves lying and contradicting themselves. So Sports Gematria gives perfect examples of Zach lying and contradicting himself, getting picks wrong, lying about it. And Zach will say, he's just a troll hater who clips up my content and takes things that I'm saying out of context. No, he doesn't.
Defend yourself, no caller ID. How am I a hack and a liar?
Well, all you got to do is go over to the best channel on YouTube, Sports Gematria. And
so how come he doesn't? Wait, hold on. He's a total fraud and a liar and a cheat with no balls who won't call into the show. So
this is another one of Zach's default positions. Call in and debate me right now. He tries to goad you into calling him. And if you say one thing he doesn't like, he'll hang up on you. So it's not really a debate. Anyone who does call him, he basically keeps the volume on the phone really low so you can't really hear the person talking if they have anything bad to say about him. And then he constantly will interrupt them so they can't finish making a point.
I show what games I like every week. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, you don't. You say close call, and then after it hits the...
Is that what I write? Close call for every game, or do I point out what games I like?
I can specifically tell you that for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game in week 1, you said close call, and then on live stream afterwards, you said I love Zach.
Okay, you're full of shit. You're full of shit. Hold on, you're full of shit.
And then if they somehow do start to make a point and start to win the argument or debate, he hangs up the phone.
Emphasized it over and over in the Patreon videos, like what, 5 fucking times?
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. Bullshit. Here, I'm hanging up on that fucking guy.
And then he cusses at them and insults them once he's hung up on them. And that's what he calls a debate. So he always challenges anyone who doesn't like him to call him. And it's always the same routine.
Listen here, Needle Dick. Listen here, Needle Dick. Faceless Needle Dick with no life that trolls the page every day and talks shit. Understand something, sorry-ass motherfucker. Understand something. Understand, sorry-ass motherfucking Needle Dick. You don't have a life. You cannot respond to the facts, and you just keep talking shit.
You're just a troll and a hater, and you're just jealous, and you're full of shit. And then he hangs up on you.
Chumps lose. Losers lose. I did say that. I did say that. Sorry, buddy. You're just another shit-talking, full of shit loser. Fuck off.
So there's no debate that takes place. It's always, it degenerates into him interrupting and then hanging up and then just saying that person's a piece of shit, among many other slur words.
Shut the fuck up, faggot. Listen to these fucking faggots. All of my haters are fucking dick-sucking faggots.
And this guy claimed that if he got enough money on Patreon, he would hire employees and start a Gematria News office.
I'll tell you what, though, if this per month thing gets up to something like $10,000 a month, I'll hire a couple people. You know, then I can afford to have some employees. I'll hire Jonathan, you know.
And then when he did start making like 20 grand a month at one point, he reached his goal and then some. He was making crazy money at one point on Patreon. People were like, are you going to start the business and hire employees? And then he never did.
Money, man. People just want money.
And then when support fell off, he's like, dude, I never could hire the employees because you guys stopped supporting me. So it's your fault.
I don't have enough fucking money to buy a building anymore and an employee. Where's the support at? Never enough support came in.
So then he blamed his audience when support fell off for the reason why he didn't hire employees or start the news business. If you guys can help me reach this goal of X amount of dollars, then I will do this, that, and the other. And then, of course, when they reach their goal, XYZ doesn't happen.
My financial situation's straight. I could retire today, I'll put it that way, and I'm 40 years old. Someday when I retire, I'll show you the little empire I built for myself.
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck.
Who are some people on YouTube that you've been listening to where you feel like, you know, they've been giving you a lot of good information and they haven't misled you? Maybe there are some other people out there. So let's hear who those people are.
Like I listen to Dick the Asshole. I'm sure you're aware of it.
And he's a total troll, right? That's a flat earth retard who slanders me and lies about me and promotes my troll who's just been dedicated his whole life is just trolling me every day. So I mean, you're talking about a human piece of shit. And he's also a pussy too, because he said 100 times that he won't come on here and debate because I won't let him talk. That's what he always says. When that's false, I always let anyone come on here and talk.
So there you go. He put my name in his mouth. So that's why I'm responding here tonight. I haven't talked about Zach in months, and I don't slander him. I play the video clips that Sports Gematria has cataloged of him lying and contradicting himself. And then we talk about it here in chat. People don't have nice things to say. People don't have a nice opinion of him, especially here in my chat. So he calls that slander. And then he says, I'm a pussy for not calling up and having a debate with him. Again, I already explained, if I call him up, he'll berate me and insult me and interrupt me. You won't be able to hear me. And then if I start to make any good points and start to win the argument, he'll hang up on me.
Indeed. You know, Jake the Asshole the last 2 years has embarrassed himself with his NFL picks.
Dude said I embarrassed myself with my NFL picks. On screen, you can see the results for if you would have bet $100 on every one of Zach's picks. You would have lost $3,178.77.
Congrats to the winners. Yeah, we hit the bookie nice.
And so you can see the only good week he had the entire season was week 5 and week 9. The other weeks when he was in the profit, he barely made any money. And then you look at all the red. And see, these aren't made up numbers. Sports Gematria calculated all of his picks. And if you would have bet $100 on all of his picks, this is the outcome. And this guy has the nerve to say, I embarrassed myself with my picks. And if you were to look at every one of my week's results, I only had like 4 losing weeks out of the whole season. So when you compare Zach's record to my record, it's no comparison. I absolutely destroyed him in a pick'em contest. And all my picks are 100% clear. They're not riddles. Zach doesn't even make picks. He just gives away riddles.
Yeah, fair words. Fair words.
Tell me I embarrassed myself when you have numbers like this?
And the other thing that's annoying is you just see how the trolls do have an impact, though, because then they all start circulating the same messages. Like, they're all communicating the same lie. After the fact Zach, like they've coined this nickname that's total bullshit.
They don't call me after the fact Jake, do they? They call him after the fact Zach because after the game's over, he'll plug in a bunch of numbers and try and act like he got it all right, even when he was dead wrong.
How about shut the fuck up, morons? I'm not wrong about anything.
So this is how much you would have lost this season on just football betting if you would have went with Zach. Those are the real numbers. He doesn't want you to see this. But too late, you're seeing it. So I don't even know who this guy is who called in. I wish I did know. But whoever this guy is who called in brings up my name, and then he goes on this tirade. It's hilarious. So that just goes to show you I'm living in his head rent-free, not the other way around.
That's all, folks.
Till next time, Truth Seeker.